Mojang just released the new /damage command in the latest Minecraft Bedrock beta. This new command adds so many possibilities to the game, and today I'm going to break down how all of it works. But first, according to my YouTube analytics, only 0.69% of people who watch my videos are subscribed, so if you're not one of them, please hit that sub button below. Now onto the video. So now to start. The /damage command has two basic functions, each with their own benefits. I will show some example commands for each to demonstrate their purposes. First /damage function is damaging a player by a certain amount using whichever type of damage you want. There are lots of types of damage you can inflict, and you can choose how much damage you want to take away from the player. Armor does affect this, so if a player hits you with a sword for 7.5 hearts, armor would decrease the damage, and the same applies here. The first type of damage also doesn't create knockback. If there isn't any entity dealing damage to the player, they will not receive knockback. Things such as abilities will be taken into account. For example, if a player takes fire damage while wearing netherite armor, their armor won't lose durability. If you have resistance and you are inflicted with fire damage, it still hurts you. Remember, this is still in beta, so the status effect not affecting it may change. Now it's time for some command examples and breakdowns. /execute at a ~= detect ~1 sand 0 damage at S fire. This command will check if you have sand under your feet. If you do, then it will give you 1 fire damage. Applying the principles from earlier, this will not give you any knockback. It also won't help to have fire resistance. This also won't set you on fire, as /damage only deals damage. If you do die to it though, it will display a death message corresponding to the type of death, in this case fire. Since I input 1 damage, this will equate to half a heart. This half a heart can vary depending on if you're wearing armor and what armor you are wearing. Moving on to the next example. /execute at e type = pig ~= damage at a r = 5 to none. This command will make it so any player who comes within 5 blocks of a pig will receive damage. There are a few damage types which don't have any special context, one being none and another being override. I'm not exactly sure if they have a purpose, but from my testing it doesn't seem to make a difference. However, some types of damage do less damage than others with the same amount variable at use. For example, if I did amount = 10 for 1 fire damage, it might do 5 hearts, but another damage cause may do 3.5 hearts. Now we move on to the /damage function. So in the previous part of the video, I went over pretty much everything you need to know about the functionality of /damage. Now I will go over a more specific use case with its own functionality attached to it. This is the damager function. For example, I can make it so a pig deals damage to you. However, don't get confused here. This will be treated as if the pig actually punched you, but it doesn't actually go up and punch the player, or any target for that matter. The target takes damage, but nothing happens to the damager. There are 2 reasons this functionality is useful. First reason is it allows you to deal knockback to the player or entity. Second reason, it will make the target aggro to the damager. For example, if the damager was myself and the target was a stray wolf, the wolf would begin to go and attack me because it acts as if I punched it. /execute at r type = zombie damage at e rm = 0.1 type = zombie 0 none at s. So let's break down this command. Firstly, I used execute at r, which means random player /entity, and specifically random zombie. Next part of importance is the at e rm = 0.1. Basically, what this is doing is making it so that the zombie is dealing damage to all other zombies that aren't within 0.1 blocks of them. That zombie will always be within 0.1 blocks of itself, so it won't be affected. Now after that there's A0, which means it won't actually hurt the zombies, similar to if they got hit by a snowball. Then I use none, which like I said earlier is just a way of dealing no specific type of damage. Then finally at S just means that the random zombie is the damager. So now that we understand each part of the command, what exactly does it accomplish? Well, what it does is make it so that every zombie attacks the random zombie because him hitting them makes them aggro to him. That's it for today's video, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Let's try to get 2 likes on today's video.